Coming out to the pitch now, today's visitors, Whitehaven.
Hello and welcome to Craven Park for this Northern Rail quarter-final clash between Hull Kingston Rovers and the Whitehaven Warriors. Rovers successful in the last round against Halifax to the tune of 88 points to 6, while Whitehaven's form was hit last week with a home defeat to the Widnes Vikings, their first defeat on home turf in 3 seasons in League Rugby. Rovers today with new man Sébastien Martins, the on loan French player from Le Catalan. He'll be making his home debut. Injuries to Francis Stevenson, Byron Ford and Damien Couturier for the Robins. Wearing 6 for Whitehaven, a familiar figure to Rovers fans in the shape of Leroy Joe, and also former Robin wearing 12, Howard Hill. Joined today by Aussie Rugby Simon Osler. Simon, usually tough forward battles against Whitehaven. Just looking at them out there now, they're a big side. Do you think the Rovers front 6 can match them?
Like I said, they're a big side and they're ably helped by the likes of David Seeds and Leroy Joe. Always seems to play well in a Whitehaven shirt, but never did a great deal for OKR. We've also got Howard Hill, who was, I don't know how long he's been playing. He seems to have been playing for us since about 1982. But he's still putting it in, and we went to Whitehaven last year and he tore us apart. Carl Sice is always dangerous at hooker, and it's going to be a good match. But Whitehaven don't seem to travel well. Undefeatable on their own turf, but away from their home, we'll see what we can do against them. And the speed of Rovers just might pay off today. There's Michaeli Azul flying in for the first tackle. He makes a good 8 yards before he's pulled down. Popping it up to Michael Smith. He's had on his standards, he had a bit of a quiet game last week, Rob. What do you reckon?
Yeah, but we all know the qualities of Michael Smith with ball in hand, the offloading ability, and certainly we'll be looking for big games from the likes of Michael Smith and Michaeli Azu, David Tangata-Toa. Howard Hill almost giving a penalty away there, but Webster with the kick, it's a good one, it's deep, it's turned the fullback Gary Broadbent around, so Rovers will be looking to nail Broadbent in his own 20, which they do. It's a fantastic chase by the Robins. So here come Whitehaven in possession for the first time. They've got this speedster on this right wing, Craig Calvert, supposedly the fastest man in rugby league now that Darren Albert's gone back to Australia. Here's the number 10, Steve Trindle, the former London Bronco. He plays the ball and Sice moves the ball to the left, where there's a great ball there by John Duffy, and there's a break on for Whitehaven, and it's number 5, Steve Maiden, but eventually brought to ground. So promising signs from Whitehaven. Kick comes in, it was charged down initially by Ian Morrison, and it's safely in the hands of the Robins, 12 metres inside their own half of the field.
Yeah, big Michaeli taking it up. I think earlier on from the deep kick from Webster, this is what you're going to see from Rovers today. Play it safe, then play it deep. Like I said, this Whitehaven side are a big side, and if you keep turning them, making them start from their own half, they're going to get tired eventually. Michaeli is still getting with a great little ball there from Ben Fisher. Sorry there, momentary blank. Good ball out from Webster, but it's well wrapped up. And it's the last tackle. Just looking to chip it over. It looks it's held up, and it just might get. Yeah, Morton puts in a great tackle, and there's pressure already. You can see, looking at the faces of the Whitehaven team, that they're not so keen on that. And that number 8 for Whitehaven, who is it? Neil Baines. He's certainly a big fella, isn't he?
Yeah, there's no need to sing all the parts today, is there? You only have to look at Neil Baines. He's had about a bakery full. Anyhow, so well, it was a scuffed kick-off, but it's bouncing around and it's into the hands of Jonathan Steele, and Jonathan Steele runs it in where Fisher, at the acting half, is looking to pinch a couple of yards there, but tackled by the two prop forwards of the Whitehaven Warriors. Webster now offloads to Tommy Gallagher. Gallagher charging for that line. He's looking to get his hands free, but Carl Seiss locked that ball in. But Rovers asking all the early questions. Tangata Toa shimmies. Looks, well, he's still going. He's got 4 men on him. Oh, what a try from Tangata Toa. He had 4 men on top of him, and he just powered his way over that line. Gives Rovers the lead. 4 minutes on the clock here at Craven Park, and brute strength gives Rovers the opening try of the game.
I'm not sure if it was tactics, but we were saying about the size of that Neil Baines, and 4 different runners run at him then, one after another, and eventually Tangalatoa hit him for the 4th tackle, and they just didn't have the power or the fitness probably to stop him. Dragged over another 3 players and put the ball down, which I'd say was a very sloppy try by Whitehaven.
Yeah, the pleasing thing about that try is it's almost, well, not a replica, but it's similar to a try that Mick Nanning got against us last year when he scored with about 4 Rovers defenders clinging to him. So Tangata Toa's just repaid them back in kind there, and brilliant, fantastic.
Yeah, we owe them a bit for last year, don't we, Rob? I mean, I think you went, didn't you, to Whitehaven when we lost by 50, and well, there's a lot of injuries that day, and from what I heard there was 2 players playing who shouldn't have been out there, but needs must, and give us a good harding. And let's hope we can repay the favour today as Morton slots it over straight between the posts to make it Old Kingston Rovers 6, the Maras 0.
It's a great start by the Robins.
And a try converted for Hull Kingston Rovers, sponsored by the Mountains Memorial Fund by number 4, Gareth Morton.
So it's going to be Carl Rudd with the restart. He puts it long where Ben Cockayne safely gathers it in and sets off. And Ben Cockayne's got away almost! Oh! And well, you've got to give credit to Carl Seiss there. He managed to knock the ball from the grasp of Ben Cockayne as well. The Rovers fullback was looking to go on one of them barnstorming 50-60 metre yard runs, which we all know he's capable of doing. But now the Whitehaven with a feed at the scrum with a chance to put some pressure on this Rovers side. It's Gary Broadbent takes the ball about 18 metres inside the Rovers territory. Leroy Joe with a little flick pass to Howard Hill, but fantastic tackle by John Goddard. So here come Whitehaven using these forwards. This is where the Whitehaven strength lies. This is their game plan. Seiss to Rudd, short ball. Oh, great hit once again. Scott Morrell put the shoulder in there and absolutely killed that attack. Leroy Joe, well, it's a great kick. Ben Cockayne's chasing it. He's knocked it on. Craig Calvert was first to the ball, but he knocked it on. So an escape for the Robins there. It looks 90% that it was going to go over for the opening try, but the danger of Leroy Joe there, Simon.
Well, the combination of Leroy Joe and that Calvert you just mentioned earlier, he had speed to spare, didn't he, when he went through there? And he was unlucky, really, not to put the ball down, but as it is, it's Rovers to restart. It all came from a knock-on from the initial run, which is what we've got to avoid doing, is these daft little mistakes that give possession to Whitehaven in our own half. Anyway, it's Seiss giving a bit of hassle, and the whole side's offside. I think, he's give a quick tap, but nobody's back. Another penalty. Yeah, it was clever play by Fisher there, in that he took a quick tap, the referee said no, but the player was off the side, tackled him anyway, so he got another 10 yards. And as it is, it's big Michael Smith taking it in, he brushes off 2, he takes the third on, but he's still going. Well, it takes something to pull this big man down. It's Fisher to play the ball, looking where it looks to go to Michaela Azul throws a dummy and then passes a great ball out to Scott Morrell, and it's still going. It's in the hands of Michaela Azul again. He takes it on. What a pass from Michaela Azul then. Ben Fisher looking up again. He's popping it out to Tangala. He likes the taste of the ball. It's coming out again. Well, there's chances here. Is it Goddard with the ball in his hands? He maybe should have just sort of passed it then to Rivette, but he didn't, and it's coming out again to, well, it's our ball. He passed the ball back and he's pushed it into touch. Yes, it's a scrum down, 10 metres out.
Yeah, it was an offload by Smith. Went straight into the hands of the Whitehaven player, but then he just lost control of it, and Rovers with a great position, 10 metres out. Scrum down, Webster to feed, and Ben Cocane's gone into the off-half position here, so Ben fancies a run at Leroy Joe. Yeah, I think you'd fancy Ben in a run at Leroy Joe. Here is Ben Cocaine. But 3 Whitehaven defenders close him down. Webster signals to go to the short side, but Makali Azul comes in on the angle. So Rovers are only 3 metres out. They need to make this possession pay. Gallagher. Short ball to Tangata-Toa. Oh, he was hunting his second try of the game, was Tangata-Toa. Fisher trying to pinch one. Gallagher offloads. Oh, great ball by Gallagher. And Gareth Morton scores Rovers' second try of the game. And Tommy Gallagher has twisted in the tackle, got the offload away, and Gareth Morton says thank you very much as he just drops over the line.
I think that showed something towards Rovers' full timeness now. They've got the upper body strength and been able to do it, to fight off them tacklers, pop the ball out. If you can take tacklers on, draw them in, and then pop the ball out with supporting players, you're always going to score tries in this game, aren't you, Rob?
Yeah, and to be fair, the Whitehaven cover was all sucked in. As soon as Tommy freed his hands and popped the ball out, it was a try. All Gareth had to do was safely catch the ball, which he did, and Rovers extend the lead to 10 points to 0 with the kick to come.
Yeah, we'll just have a little talk about this new player. We've got Sebastian Martins from the Catalans. He's had 1 game starting this year. Apparently doesn't speak a word of English apart from hello, and but he'll obviously have something to talk to. And the former Damien Gauthier is Morton slips over a fantastic kick from 8 yards from the touchline to make it Ilkeston Rovers 12, Halifax 0, Whitehaven even 0.
Yeah, well, we have played Halifax a lot recently, so.
And the try converted for Hull Kingston Rovers, sponsored by the Mark Simmons Memorial Fund, by number 4, Gareth Morton.
So 11 minutes on the clock and Rovers into a 12-point lead, so great start for the Robins, but a long way to go in this game. We found out last week it was 12-0 up last week and things went wrong. Oh, that was a high one from Baines. Maybe a little bit of comeback because McCarley put Baines out for about 4 months last season. Yeah, with a fair legitimate tackle, but Baines did his knee ligaments in that tackle. Oh, great offload there by Mike Smith, but Whitehaven closing the play down. Fisher with a quick snappy ball to Makali Azul, and that's great yards by Makali Azul. Whitehaven trying to slow him down at the play of the ball. Webster now, Webster misses the man out, great pass to Gareth Morton. Oh, he's done everything right so far, he just needed to find John Steele in field to Webster. Webster's got runners. Oh, it's a kick, it's high, is it too far? It's diffused. But there was a real chance there. Webster with the long missed pass out, missed the man out, and Morton went 20 yards, but unfortunately Whitehaven snuffing out that passage of play.
Well, they're flying in left, right and centre then, Rovers. As they put that kick in, it's just a little bit less distance, and I think would have been in with a good chance then. As it is, it's Whitehaven back with the ball, and they're looking at 6s and 7s at the moment. I say with that Baines, it's nice to see he got back to full fitness after after them months off. Anyway, whoa, wow! Oh, he's given first knock on there. Well, I wasn't so sure about that, Rob, but I'll agree with the referee's decision on that point.
I was screaming for a Rovers player to drop on that because I thought that should have been play on, to be fair, but we'll take the decision and not actually show the referee, as I've not got a list with his name on today, but we forget about that anyhow because Rovers are in possession and it's Scott Morell's first real run at the Whitehaven defence, and he gets turned over onto his back. Cockayne scoops the ball up and goes on a little jinking run, but Baines is, well, yeah, you've got to give him credit. He's getting stuck in, and he's Baines. Good switch by. Fisher brings in Tang. Oh, that was round the neck from Carl Seiss, but it was more instinctive than premeditated, I think, because Dave Tangata-Toa just shrugged his shoulders, basically, didn't he? And I think this is a wise decision. Just tag on the extra two. It means Whitehaven have to get 3 tries to get in front of us.
Yeah, I think you're dead right, Rob, and I think the noticeable thing today is the speed that Rovers are playing is absolutely phenomenal, and this big Whitehaven side, I think, are going to really struggle when it gets later on into the match, and I think it's probably a game plan to get up, play that ball. We saw of Halifax last week that they tried to slow us down constantly, and they were allowed to do by the ref, and because of that, I think part of the reason why Halifax sort of got back into the game, really. Whereas if you get this quick play of the ball, speed, then you're going to get points coming onto the board. Anyway, it's Mr. Ever Reliable up. Looking to swing his arm. Here he goes. Straight through again. He's a hell of a kicker. Hell of a kicker. He really is. Clinical, isn't he, really?
Rovers now in front by 14 points to nil with Gareth Morton's third successful kick of the game.
Penalty scored for Hull Kingston Rovers, sponsored by the Mark Simmons Memorial Fund, by number 4, Gareth Morton.
I'm going to have to apologise for saying this, but I've got to get it in. Neil Baines, it's one of you on Pop Idol with Rick Waller or something.
I think he's on the next Celebrity Fit Club. No, you know. Yeah, this place, it's nice to see there's places for big men as well, isn't there, really, you know. So anyway, as it is, it's in the hands of Michael Yazun. He's had a great game so far. Every single time he's running against some big lads, he's making 10-15 yards. Popping out again, Michael Smith with the ball in his hands. He half hands off Carl Seiss before he runs behind his own player, but the ref says no, get on with it. And Gallagher takes the ball on. Well, he's just looking to pop it out, but can't quite get it out today. Following up, Michael Yazun, who looks to have taken a bit of a knock there. Well, the whole of the Whitehaven side once again offside. It's again speed of play, Rob, every time.
Yeah, the speed of the play of the ball is killing Whitehaven, and well, they're a big side, aren't they? And that's how you defeat these teams, isn't it? You know, if little quick play the balls and turning them round, they've not got the speed of these more agile Rovers forwards. And you know, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm sure they'll win the fair share of games, but I'd rather have our forwards. You know, Whitehaven are not full time, so that's another advantage the Robins have. But anyhow, Mike Smith is only 3 metres out, and Rovers are hunting another try. It's in the hands of Webster. Webster's got runners. Michael Yazun, he bumps off the first man. He ends up with four men round him, 4 tacklers. If Rovers can get this ball out wide, there could be a chance. But instead, Webster switches it to Gallagher. Gallagher is still pumping those legs. Flicks the last tackle. Fisher, little kick. It's play on. McCarley needs to off. Oh, McCarley. Oh, he's waved play on. Yeah, McCarley must have seen the ref, because I thought he was going to signal the handover, but Rovers now with real chance. Fisher goes himself. Oh, he's about half a metre short. Tangata-Toa brings in Webster. Misses the man out to Morell. There's a chance now. Mort went to ground, but play goes on. Offload. Goddard. Oh, it's ripped out. Well, it should have been knocked on because it was ripped forward. Well, passage of play. I think Rovers should have got a scrum there.
Spot on, mate. He ripped it forward, didn't he? And he missed that one. But I'll tell you what, it was a try-saving tackle, wasn't it? Because it was definitely going over. As it is, Rovers are putting an hard tackle in against the number 11, Ricky Wright, and a bit of relief of pressure, really, for this Whitehaven side who've been absolutely under it since they came to this Craven Park. As it is, it's big Neil Baines going away, gets an hand off. Fair play to him. Carl Sice, ever dangerous, breaks the first tackle before he's pulled down by Morrison. He's popping it up once again. Looks to be a forward pass to Steve Trindle. He didn't get a long way. Trundle's along to the 42-metre line. He's half dummy then. I think it's in the hands of Howard Hill. Well, there's a knock on and it looked like he was putting a tackle in, but I don't know.
Yeah, it was one of those 50-50s really, wasn't it? And I suppose we've had a little bit of luck in this game, so it just seemed to even itself out. So scrum down 8 metres inside the half of the Robins. John Duffy to feed. Carl Rudge looks to scoot off to the blind side. Webster's shouting for support, but instead they've switched it to the open side. Gareth Morton completes the tackle, assisted by Scott Morrell. Leroy Joe now bringing in Steve Trindle. He's a big fella, is this Trindle, but he's brought down just over the halfway line. Sice brings in Baines. Oh, and he runs into McCarley. Well, he's still going. Well, I don't know if it's strength, he just weighs about 32 stone, doesn't he? You know. Anyhow, Whitehaven in possession. The first time they've really had any dangerous possession in Rovers territory for a while now, but Morrison completes the tackle and Morton puts the shoulder in. It's the 5th and last against the Whitehaven Warriors. Here's Duffy now, crossfield kick. Leroy's underneath it. He catches it in the in-goal area. He's looking for a quick restart. Is Rivette, and that was round his neck, referee, and it was right in front of the ref, and he did nothing. Well, eventually he does something, but it was a high tackle on Leroy initially.
Seems to me every time Whitehaven put us under a bit of pressure, they let themselves down with a hard tackle or an offside or something, and it's Tangaloto goes off and Garmston comes on. Anyway, there's the number 3, David Seeds, I think his captain, getting spoken to about the tactics of Whitehaven. I think what they're trying to do is trying to spoil it, and it's also sees a debut for Sebastian Martins coming onto the pitch.
Replaces number 10, David Tangaloto.
Sebastian Martins onto the pitch.
Rovers now in possession and first play the ball for Sebastian Martins and also James Garmston. We've got to get with this French lingo now, haven't we, with all these French players. Michael Smith on the angled run, but he's got 4 Whitehaven players. Turn him over onto his back eventually, but Rovers, they're just making the ground against Whitehaven as Fisher ducks underneath the tackle, but he's brought down centre field. Webster now, so Morrell ships it out to Gallagher. Gallagher brings in Morton. Morton looks to free his arm to bring in Rovers now on the last tackle. Little kick through back where it was a nothing kick really. He just panicked basically, didn't he?
Yeah, spot on. It really needs to be hands of Webster or Morrell there, didn't it? Never mind. As it is, they're back under pressure again and starting from their own half, and if we keep Whitehaven down here all match, they're going to make mistakes and Rovers going to get more and more chances. It's the number 3, David Seeds, running in. It's great to see.
Number 15, Scott McAvoy, and number 17, Scott Tier.
Yeah, Neil Baines has come off for, to be honest, a well-deserved rest, hasn't he, really?
Number 8, Neil Baines, and number 11, Ricky Wright.
As it is, it's Leroy Joe taking the ball. His half, well, he nearly lost the ball. Then he's looking to offload it before Gareth Morton wraps him up. They're on the halfway line and on the last tackle. It's John Duffy turns the full back. Cockayne passes it out to John Steele. John Steele looks, runs to the right and make an half break. A swinging arm from Howard Hill misses the target and he makes another 2 yards. Here's Goddard who runs 10 yards sideways and 1 forward before it's passed out to this new man, Martins, who he's looking to take him on. He's taken him on big time. It's a 2-man tackle and he's pulled the ball out. Foolish, to say the least, don't you reckon, Rob?
Yeah, and if he's not careful, he'll get a sin bin in as well, won't he? I think he's trying to claim that he was the only tackler in attendance, but he showed great strength, did the Mr. Martins then, and Rovers have crossed the halfway line. Fisher's going to get us moving forward once again. Webster to the youngster Garmston. 3-man tackle by Avon, Carl Rudd, Steve Trindle, Howard Hill. But Rovers, the game needs another try now, because but there's a man who could help provide one, but he was just brought down by the ankles by the number 15 Scott McAvoy. Webster brings in Gallagher, brings in Cockayne, and I don't think Cockayne was expecting that pass, but he still manages to make about 5 metres. Here's Sebastian Martins, and what's stolen again? The referee's going to have to sin bin somebody, isn't he? It's the only way the message is going to get home.
I'll tell you what, mate, this Martins takes some bloody stopping, doesn't he? As he goes off to the bin, well, it's a fair play. You can't come to rugby league and employ these spoiling tactics. The Whitehaven commentators at the other side are saying it's ridiculous, but if you employ these spoiling tactics, you can expect a few of your players to take a little 10-minute walk, and that's what Whitehaven are doing. They've got no answer to the pace, power and speed of this OKR side. Webster with the ball in his hands, popping it out to Gallagher, sails through a gap. Nothing you can do about that. It was superb goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, James Webster shows his class once again, and Tommy Gallagher's in for his 2nd try of the game, and Rovers extend this lead to 18 points to 0. It's looking good for a semi-final spot in this Northern Rail Cup, and another day out in Blackpool, hopefully.
Rovers in the 25th minute, sponsored by Malcolm West Forklifts Limited. Number 13, Tommy Gallagher.
Like I said last year, this Rovers side, you've got to get us to this Blackpool final. It's not about the rugby. It's not about being a Rovers fan. It's not even about your own personal thing. It's so that me and Rob can have a damn good piss up. And the wives let us go. Anyway, as it is, it's Gareth Morton once again lining it all up. He's going to have a little swing of that arm. Must be some sort of balancing thing, I don't know, but it certainly works. Locks up, belt straight through the middle. And after what, about 20 minutes is it? 25 minutes. You've seen this old Kingston Rovers undefeated side leading by 20 points to 0 against the Maras from Whitehaven.
And the prize for Hull Kingston Rovers, sponsored by Mark Summers Memorial Fund. Number 4, Gareth Morton.
Yes, we can't forget that Whitehaven was last season's minor premiers and defeated grand finalists. Did the double over the Robins last season. A highly contentious victory here at Craven Park. But Howard Hill's the third Whitehaven substitution of the game. So Carl Rudd restarts into the hands of Webster. And here's that man Martins. He's certainly looking to make an impression. Fisher now to Garmston. Good to see Garmston getting some game time. Good that Rovers can rotate the squad as well, isn't it, really? I mean, a few knocks and bumps and bruises. Phil Joseph is also being rested as well. Ian Morrison's gone down in a heap, and it was a bit of a collision because the Whitehaven number 15 Scott McAvoy is also down on his haunches, so the clock will be stopped and hopefully both players will just get the senses back, dust ourselves down, and get back into the game.
Must be a tough haul going on for this Sebastian Martins, not speaking a word of English and coming to all. Feel a bit lost with it, wouldn't you? I mean, we've got Damien Cotier to show you around. Probably the coach speaks a fair bit of French as well, doesn't he, with his time at over there.
Well, I understand that they've taught him how to say, "Old Faithful, you'll never win at Wembley." And if that's, as long as he knows that, then he'll be all right, won't he?
Well, all he needs is the word "scummers" and a pint, please, and he'll be happy. He'll get on famously. That'll do. Anyway. We'll be all right in Westhill because we don't understand what the hell they're on about either, do we, Rob? As it is, Morrison's okay, popping the ball out. Webster immediately going for a 40-20. Well, it's a good kick. It's turned Calvert, who's looking up, facing it. I reckon he'll probably think of having a go himself, but the chase is that good, and it's led by Fisher and Martins again. And it's put this big Whitehaven side back in their own 10-20 metre line, and they've got a long way to go, and they don't, apart from Calvert, don't seem to have the pace and the power to do it.
Yeah, it's the territory, the game's all been played in Whitehaven's half, which is fantastic. I'm sure Coach Justin Morgan is absolutely delighted by that. 40-20, but it's not going to go anywhere near the touchline. So Ben Cockayne picks up, tries to run away from Derry Yelbeck, but he completes the tackle, and Rovers are in possession once again as Goddard looks to bust the line. 8 metres inside the half of the Robins. They've gone to the short side where Michael Smith, where he beats the first man. Rob Jackson is still going hard. The fans love it, don't they, when Mike Smith's in full flow. Leroy Rivette comes looking for a bit of work, and Rovers midway inside the Whitehaven half of the field. Morrell to Webster. Webster looks for options, brings in Gallagher. Gallagher got to Steele. Steele goes for the outside. Well, it was worth a try when you're 20 points up on the scoreboard, and looks as though Craig Calvert's twisted his ankle, so well, he ain't going to be running very fast now, is he?
No, he looks to hurt himself, doesn't he, down there, and that can only help Rovers, to be honest. And I think it's with still got the 12 men on the pitch. They're probably seeing if they could use the outside gap for Rovers. It was a good attempt, and even though he's got knocked into touch, it still means that Whitehaven are packing back down with 90 metres to go to score a try. Calvert's not looking happy at all. He's in that. Well, it seems to be his knee actually that's twisted. He's actually off the pitch, so there's not actually that any need to stop the game, is there, if you bring a replacement on? Anyway, there's a change of shirt for there's for the Whitehaven centre. It looks like he's borrowed Neil Baines' shirt because it's about 14 sizes too big for him.
Yeah, so concern from a Whitehaven perspective for Craig Calvert here, who I know is highly regarded up in Cumbria as this lad. He's scored a fair few tries last season as well. He made a it's hard to say whether he's going to be taking any further part in this game. They're not exactly warming a substitute up at the moment, Whitehaven, so Rovers substitutes are just the two that haven't taken part so far, Jason Neverton and Gareth Price. And I don't think, to be fair, I don't think Calvert's going to be in this game any longer. He's really struggling. So it's going to be number 16, John Levin. He's going to replace the unfortunate Craig Calvert. So I don't even know what position this lad plays. So he's going to have to go on the wing, isn't he?
What are you in the Beatles?
Number 16,
That's Levin, isn't it? Yeah.
Replaces number 2, Craig Calvert.
Yeah, Calvert certainly looks to have twisted something. You can see from here it's all swollen up as his right knee. So hope it's not serious. As it is, it's Whitehaven restarting from the scrum, and they're on the second tackle, and they're getting mullered in the middle by this aggressive Rovers pack led by Gallagher. Well, there's a knock on, and Gallagher's got the ball, sweeping up there behind the tackle, and 5 tackles to go, only 20 metres from the line before this Martins gets the ball. He certainly does look eager. He wants the ball every time he's on the pitch. He's looking to come over and make an impact. As Morton gets the ball, and he's just tackled with a fantastic tackle. Well, it was hard luck. That I thought it was a great tackle by the Whitehaven player.
It was a good tackle, but then he was supposed to roll away at you, and he kept hold of Morton. And well, there was only one decision the referee could make. It had to be a penalty. Rovers are stacked up out on the left-hand side. Here's Scott Morrell, throws the dummy, offloads.
Ricky Wright returns for number 10, Steve Trindle.
Piggott went in there, and it was Tommy Gallagher. He looks as though he's felt the effects of that, as Fisher looks to pinch one. He was looking for an offload, but unfortunately Tommy Gallagher was just recovering from that impact. Webster infield to Martins. They're sucking in the tacklers. Well, that should be all on. That's why he's saying it's not square, so it's a penalty. I'm just thinking ahead, Sam, and the amount of tackling Whitehaven are going to do. They may be absolutely shot in the last 20 minutes. We could really run riot in that period. Yeah. So Garmston now in the shadow of the posts. He plays the ball. Fisher feeds Morrell to short ball to Michael Smith. Michael Smith's going for that line. Oh, they just managed to bring him down. But Whitehaven really desperate now. Cockayne is looking for support. Sliding defence by Whitehaven brings him down. Goddard brings it. Well, it was almost a knock on by Martins, but he's got the ball back, and he got a good offload away as well. But John Goddard had just took a step inside. Otherwise, he would have just sailed in.
Yeah, it was a great ball by that Martins then. It certainly was in for a try, and I'll be putting it down under the post then. But as it is, it seems to have just dropped off a notch, doesn't it, this Rovers attack at the moment. Yeah, there's been a few stoppages, and it's just sort of broke it up a bit. Well, it's run round him as the number 14 there, Derry Elbeck. There's the centre there. I think it's Rob Jackson, the bloke with no number on, and number 17, Scott Tier, is well wrapped up by, among others, Martins, and yeah, it's David Seeds who hasn't got the number on this left-hand side. Whitehaven, I think on the 4th tackle they haven't made a lot of yards. It's out to the number 11 there, which is Ricky Wright, but he only makes 5 more yards, and the 5th tackle have only made it to the 40-yard line. David Seeds, I think it is, or Sice is well offside. He tries to chase John Steele. John Steele makes another 5 yards past it.
Yeah, there's still time for the Robins to get another try in this half. On my clock, we've only played about 36 minutes, and there's been a couple of stoppages for the Morrison injury and for the Calvert injury. So there's maybe about 5 minutes of this match, first half remaining. So if Rovers can make a bust, here's a man looking to do just that. Jonathan Staley crosses the halfway line. This is where Webster and Morrell need to get the link up going. And well, Whitehaven are just they're just inviting the pressure, aren't they? Because they're just giving penalty after penalty after penalty. I mean, one of them's already been sin-binned. When's the message going to get home? He's calling the captain over again, David Seeds. And, well, what can you say, really? They're lying on they're just doing everything they can to slow us down, and it's not working, is it?
No, luckily this week we've got a ref who's spotting it and penalising them for it, which is what you should do. The game's about entertainment, and anything that's designed to slow the game down is not what rugby league's about. Anyway, Webster's kicking the ball and he's made a 15 yards up to the 30 metres line. It's popping up here to big Michael Smith, who's had a hell of a game. He absolutely, what an handoff. He knocked him back about 3 yards, then the player will try to tackle him. He's on fire, is Michael Smith today. Webster with the ball in his hand once again. It passes off to Garmston, but Garmston's well tackled there. Popping up again, it's in the hands of Webster. Well, he just grabs hold of it. Gallagher's got the ball, gives a short ball to Morrison, but Morrison's well tackled. Gallagher with the ball, popping up to Scott Morrell. Scott Morrell looking to have a run. He's popping out to this Martins. Well, he don't like getting pulled down from this Martins. He's still going. He's got 4 around him. He's sucked in the defence. If we get a quick play of the ball, it's popped out to Webster. He's putting a short kick in, and Morton. Well, it's a bit slow diving there, Morton. I wanted to be critical.
Well, 6'5", Simon. It's a bit hard to. It takes him about half hour to reach the floor, doesn't it? Really? A little bit less pace, and Gareth would have been on that. Oh, look at this defence by the Robins, driving back this Whitehaven side.
Replaces number 17, Sebastian Martins.
Sebastian Martins takes a breather. He's done exceptionally well. Jason Neverton's out on the park now for the Robins, as Carl Seiss brings in the man who was sin-binned, Scott Tier. Whitehaven midway inside their own half of the field. Seiss goes to the right-hand side before. Well, that was forward. Well, the reason he knocked it on is because it was 2 yards forward. Ben Fisher looking to make a bust, but he's brought down by Leroy Joe and by Carl Rudd. And Morton comes in off that left centre position. He's still going, is Morton. Rovers, well, you can just sense a try if they've got the time to get one in this remaining minute or so of this first half. We're in stoppage time. It's up to the timekeeper, Morrell. Oh, there's a chance now for Ben Kilkenny. He's offloaded again, and there's another offload. Webster picks up, little kick over, and well, they're going to be forced to drop out once again. Well, just look at the body language of Whitehaven. They're a beaten side, aren't they? And we're only just got 40 minutes. They're just the shoulders are slumped. They just don't look interested, do they? We've just bullied them, haven't we?
Yeah, it's aggressive and it's arrogant. It's Rovers' team, and there's nothing more demoralising when you're playing a game of rugby than not being able to get out your own half. You're just up and at them all the time, and it seems like constant pressure. You don't have a minute off. One slip and they're through for a try. Well, he's going to give a knock on here. Obviously pushed down, but it's always 6-1 after the other them, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's par for the course that you're going to get a shove in it when you're going to play the ball, and it's up to you to respect the possession. And unfortunately for Jason Neverton on this occasion, he wasn't able to do so. But Whitehaven now, well, there's almost a bust from Seeds, and Broadbent spins it out to Elbeck. He brings in Steve Maiden. It's about the second or third time he's had the ball, and just shows how starved of possession Whitehaven have been. It's the infield pass to Rob Jackson, the left centre. There's Scott Tier, just manages to cross the halfway line, but he runs into Gareth Price. And here's Carl Seiss. Yeah, they've got to keep tabs on Carl Seiss. That's exactly what Ben Fisher did. John Duffy misses the man out. There's a chance now. Seeds runs at Webber. Webber managed to get in his way, and Gareth Morton completes the tackle, and that's the 5th. Almost a penalty conceded. It's Carl Rudd where he's kicked over, but Ben Cockayne should gather that one. In fact, John Steele does, and Steele manages to get back in. So not only are the Rovers attacking well, but they're defending superbly as well. And the big hit goes in from Leroy Joe, but Ben Cockayne won't mind that. As Gareth Morton skips away, but he is forced to play the ball. And well, Leroy Rivette comes in off the left wing. I don't know quite how he ended up there, but just shows you the eagerness of this Rovers team. Gareth Price now, we're looking to make some hard yards, and well, that's what we're expecting now of Gareth Price, is improving game on game. Will Rovers look to keep this ball alive? Well, there's a chase on here and Goddard's looking for it. And he's got the scrum. Webber wants them to form the scrum. Webber wants his scrum formed. He's telling them to form the scrum before the half-time hooter goes. Well, Rovers are not responding to Webber, are they? Get that scrum formed, come on. Now, eventually. But Webber was 10 seconds in front of everyone else then. He was screaming, get the scrum formed, and it just didn't seem to happen. But fortunately, we've now got a chance to get a try in what will be the dying seconds of this half. Webber runs off, brings in Ben Cockayne. Ben Cockayne looks both ways. He copped a bit of a high one there from Carl Seiss. It's held, shouts the referee. Ben Cockayne needs to just skip away from that. Oof, that was a high one on Neverton. But Rovers 11 metres out. Fisher to Smurrell, inside to Tommy Gallagher. Tommy Gallagher on a first half hat trick, but he's going to have to play that ball. Fisher, infield to Smith, there's a chance now. Still Smith, looking for the offload. Well, this would break Whitehaven's hearts if Rovers scored here. But unfortunately, that was a difficult... Well, what about the drop goal, Simon? Well, I called it.
Yeah, Steve-O, you were spot on there, mate. Jeez. Well, I mean, they've got the points. No time left on the board. Why the hell not? You never know, do you, with 1 point? Amount of times we've seen a drop goal when you thought you're well in front and it's won the match. And mate, no doubts about it. This Whitehaven side haven't had a good half, have they? Nothing's gone right for them. But like you said, they were minor premierships finalists last year. The minor premiership winners in the premiership the playoff final. So yeah, so there you go. It just shows a great decision.
This end in this Northern Rail Cup qualifying quarter-final match. Whitehaven 0, Hull Kingston Rovers 21.
Well, what you've got to say is it's been a good half for Rovers. Played well, 21 points, and they've absolutely demoralised this Whitehaven side.
Yeah, good call, Simon. So we'll be looking for more of the same in the second half.